What is going on, guys? I'm Rick Westman from Rick Westman Fitness, and on today's video I'm going to show you guys how to get the most out of lightweight training so you can build better guns for that will last longer and have better endurance, and all with just 5 kilo dumbbells. So like I've got here. So if you don't have 5 kilo dumbbells, I'm not going to go any heavier than 5 kilos. So you could also have like a box of screws, one for each hand. Even if you've got nail guns or drills or anything like that, they're generally about, they're not going to be upwards of 5 kilos, maybe with the battery in. Boom. That's probably going to be maybe 3 kilos. But for this workout, it's going to be enough. It's going to be perfect for what we want to achieve. So within this workout, we want to be hitting higher reps, and that's why I've called it the 30s workout. Not to mention that I am 30, so it could actually be for 30-year-olds and up. But because we're in isolation and we haven't got a lot of weight, this is where you want to be maximizing your workouts and not wasting time trying to find something heavy in your house to lift, because there's a good chance that you won't be doing it properly and you're going to injure yourself. So this way we're going to be able to accumulate enough volume and endurance within the muscles for them to have enough damage for them to grow, plus also build on the endurance so that when we do get back into the gym, our muscles can last longer and those workouts in the gym are going to seem like nothing. So we're going to be able to do a lot more. With that, we've got 30 reps on each exercise. We've got 6 exercises, but the last exercise is going to be split into 2 because we'll be smashing out our forearms and we don't want to put too much tension on these forearms. So let's get straight into it.
Okay.
Curling the biceps all the way up as far as you can. Rotating the palms is going to hit that peak more. 20, 21, 22. Not even halfway yet. We're 30 on each arm, so that's 60 total. Try and keep a straight posture as well. We don't want you hunching over. So don't train like this. Train back with the shoulders back. And if you can, just heads up, like if you've got a mirror that you can look at. You want to train the way you want to grow. You know what number I'm up to? I'm up to 40 maybe. 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Just keep squeezing that bicep. If anything, release your palm so you've got your less grip. Last 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, now we're going to move on to straight to another one. Now this can be exhausting, but we don't want to be throwing our weight up. We want our lateral muscle to be controlling the weight up and back down. So we're going to come up, squeeze it, and then control it back down. It's going to be very, very exhausting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, I'm hopping or bouncing a little bit. It takes that tension off my lower back. So as I drop, when my arms are up higher, I get a little bit extra contraction and takes a little bit of pressure off my lower back because I can spring through my knees instead of being stiff and through my lower back. I usually only do that when I'm fatigued, but if you've got light enough weights and you haven't got anything heavy enough, I recommend going full range, up a little bit further, so you're actually contracting the lateral muscle and your trap. So actually sort of working the whole back and shoulder area. But just going to, as far as range of movement, there's that lateral muscle will go to there, is definitely more isolated than working the whole back. So we're going to be doing 30 of these, and then continuing on to our next exercise, which is going to be skull crushers lying on the floor. As you can see, side on, sort of hunched over a little bit, just so I can allow the dumbbells to come in front of me and get that extra stretch on that lat. Because if I stop there, they're not stretched. But if I come further, it allows that muscle to stretch out a little bit further. So we get full range of movement. Just crouching down for the camera. I don't know if you can see it, all of me. Feel that burn. But keep control, total control on the way down. You don't want to just be swinging and never letting go, because then you know that none of your muscles are actually contracting or being used there. So we want them to come up, grip, hang on, and then control that weight back down. That's going to be causing those micro tears. And with the right weight and the right range of movement and the right tempo, you're going to be doing the proper amount of damage. And that's where you're going to feel that DOMS effect, that delayed onset muscle soreness, which is roughly about 48 hours after an exercise. If you're feeling injuries straight away, it's not muscle tear, it's actually probably injury, or you haven't recovered fully from your last exercise. Alright, so let's count. I think that was 30. But we're going to move on to skull crushers now on the floor. I might adjust the camera a little bit. So what happens when you're live, I think you can see me. Let me just have a look. Yep. So we want to keep our elbows pointing to the ceiling. And I go reverse grip. You guys can sort of go whatever grip you want. Like a neutral hammer grip is going to be a lot stronger. But if you want to test your rotation and forearm and grip strength, then go to palms facing your face. We're going to come up and rotate them so the palms are facing each other. We're going to hit 30 of these. Squeezing the triceps. But be aware, the triceps fill up with blood very fast. So it's going to be harder and harder to contract your triceps. So you really want to make the most of the first few reps that you do. So squeezing them as hard as you can. Control them back down. And if you can, try and visualize a pin going through your elbow across to the other elbow so that they are stuck together and they stay exactly where they are positioned now. You don't want to be moving them forward. That's just causing a completely different exercise. We want to keep them exactly where they are and stretching the tricep from there. And that's it, and contracting them there. We can add that secondary movement, but what it's going to be doing is putting unwanted tension and extension on our triceps, which we don't necessarily need if we just want to be isolating our triceps. That's going to be more lats, serratus, shoulders, and pre-exhausting areas that we don't need to, especially if we've got back tomorrow. So you got to remember, we're doing this 3 times, this round. I've already done it once, this is my second time through. It's really feeling the burn in the shoulders, and the forearms are getting like a really big pump too. So the grips will get harder. All right, so our next movement is going to be alternating hammer curls. I'm going to do this standing, so I'll move it back up. Camera, god damn. So what we're doing with these one is coming across our body. So we're contracting our shoulder, not that we want to, but it's kind of hard to avoid that. But what we're going to be hitting here is a lot more of the outer head of the bicep. So it's going to make our biceps a lot thicker. Plus we've got a stronger grip with our forearm. So if we really want the back up in our forearm to get the last few curls out, we can grip the dumbbell a lot harder. So again, standing the way that you want to grow. Okay, we don't want to be slouching too much like this and just rocking. We want full muscle bellies in our arms, so we're going to do a full range of movements. So starting from our sides, we're going to be coming up across. Okay, not too far across with our shoulders, we just want them back enough that we can get the dumbbell up and around to our other side of our chest. Squeeze the bicep, the forearm, and then come back down. Rotating back. If anything, I've noticed that if I roll my shoulder back when I'm finished, that helps my posture, and then I can focus on the other one coming across. Squeeze, and back down, and back. So we're going to follow through 60 of these. So save your grip strength till the very end. So I'm only sort of like barely holding onto these. If anything, it's probably a couple of fingers. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very hard to talk and count at the same time. I've instantly forgotten what number I'm up to. There's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. You want to keep that core tight as well. All right, you don't want that rested belly and putting all that strain on your lower back. All right, support it. 32. Halfway now. Easy. These are our guns. These are our pipes that help carry everything around. They can definitely recover faster and take a lot more pain and tolerance for compared to the chest and the back and the legs, where they sort of gas you out before you're able to complete higher rep ranges. That's why we're smashing these out at home with lighter weights. We haven't got the choice of heavy weights and brand new machines, so just using what we have. 5 kilo dumbbells is all I have, and I've lost my count again. I think I'm maybe 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Last 10. 1, 2, 3. And remember, it's not about the pump. Make it insane pumps, and you're like, wow, look at those veins, but it's not about that tomorrow. Because as soon as you get home, these veins and this pump is going to be gone, right? And if you're only chasing the pump in the gym, you're going to be chasing the wrong thing. Yeah, when you're lean and you get to the desired weight that you want, these pumps are going to be awesome, because you're going to be using more microfibers, just muscle fibers to perform the exercise. And when you're fat, you're actually basically just moving fat around. So it's very hard for the muscle fibers to do what they need to do, and they got fat in the way. So when you're lean and you keep active and you keep using these muscle fibers, you actually burn more calories than when you were fat. So it is actually easier to maintain this type of physique. And you can go into the gym, and I've noticed, for one, I get more motivated when I do see a pump and I look lean and I feel good. But you also run the risk of dehydration for one of them. Some very thin skin folds, so if you get cut, you might run the risk of having thin blood as well. So pumps aren't necessarily a good thing. They do have got that aroma of being a must-have in the gym. Yeah, you got a sick pump, but basically all it is, everyone's getting a pump if they're contracting and forcing those blood into the muscle fibers anyway. Just those with smaller or skin folds that can see it. And I drink a lot of caffeine, so my blood's always probably very thin. But we're going to move on to the next exercise, and that is rear delt flies. So we're just going to bend over here, and we're going to come across, but with our elbows forward a little bit more. So we're putting a little bit more emphasis on the front and the trap. If you can negate the traps, then do it, but a lot of people have got dominating traps, so they're going to outweigh this rear delt movement anyway. But if we come up, like we're going to elbow something behind us, we're going to be contracting this rear delt anyway. So 30 of these. I go thumb grip over, so this helps to keep my my wrists in like a supinated grip. Then that way it's not going to sort of rotate out and cause havoc anywhere else. So it's going to keep me in that same plane of movement, so I can come across like this and isolate that rear delt. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So control it down too. Come up, squeeze, control, back down. Get that stretch in that rear delt. Beautiful. Now we're going to jump into some curls. I'm just going to squat down here. Don't think you can see me. Let me just rotate you down around this way. Just going to crouch down. We're going to do some forearm curls on our knees. Boom. That's it, curling up. If you want a little bit more extra extension, you can roll them down your fingers. It's going to put extra strain on your wrists, which is good. Definitely going to build some muscle strength in there, but you have to be very careful that you don't overstrain it and cause those carpal tunnel syndromes. Too much tension on the nerve areas there can definitely pinch something and leave you devastated. So definitely be patient with these, contract them slowly, and focus on the bigger area of your forearm when you come up and you're squeezing it. So this grip is actually a lot stronger than the one we're going to be doing next. So we're just doing 15 of these and 15 of the other ones. Otherwise it'll be too much for our forearm strength. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're going to rotate them around now. So because we have to change the plane of movement, we're sort of coming on a weird angle here with our dumbbells inside. If we're trying to keep them straight, it's just too awkward. Okay, we want to keep the top of our forearms in line with our wrists so that we can curl up like this. If we're trying to do it straight, it's just going to be curling out to the side, and we don't want that. So we're going to have them both angled in, and we're going to curl them down, and then lift all the way up. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You may have to shorten your range of movement with these as they fill up with blood. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. Oh. So that's the round. We're going to do that 3 times. I've got one more of those to get through. And that's definitely a lot of volume on the biceps and the arm area. Maybe not the shoulders. We could probably do a little bit more shoulders. Actually, we're actually going to chuck in one more exercise, and that's a shoulder press. So we're going to do shoulder presses now. I think you can see me there. Shoulder presses. 30 of these. My shoulders are really bad, so I can feel it in my back. When I'm fully extended like this, I can feel all my back really tight, especially around my rhomboid areas. I don't like getting massages, so I've been starting to use the foam roller to help recovery and open up the muscles in my back. And I suggest you guys do it the same as well. Stretching is definitely going to help you guys limber up and make these movements a lot easier. So you got so much more function and mobility to get through more exercises and less likely to pull injuries outside when you're sort of doing your day-to-day activities. Forgotten what I'm up to, but you're going to feel these in your front shoulders. They're going to pump up. If anything, try and keep your head exactly where it is, and you're bringing the dumbbells up behind your ears. So actually your shoulders are actually in line with the back of your ears. So there's no point going in front or going too far back. Keep them in front of you when you start, and then push up and they'll finish behind your ears. I think up to 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, and now that was a full arm circuit. Got a good pump now. So you could even do these when the gym's open. Carry them in if you want to finish off your workouts or your leg or your chest or your back workouts with this sort of circuit. Doing them once is going to add a ton of volume to those areas, okay? And what volume is the amount of poundage and resistance or tension that that specific muscle can withhold. And that's where we jump into overtraining. So if I did 10,000 reps on my bicep, that's almost, depending on the weight, let's just say it's 10,000 pounds of resistance on that area. Okay, and its tolerance is probably, for the one session, might be 5,000, okay? So I'm 5,000 over. So I now need to assess how long it's gonna take my bicep to recover before I can put maybe 7,000 pounds of pressure on that area. Then see how fast I can recover. Then if it doesn't recover fast enough, I know I've gone too much, so I'll go back to 5,000. And then when I recover at an optimal rate, then I know, okay, that's exactly the amount of volume I need on that area. And that's accumulated over the whole week. So your weekly routine will be back, and another day in the week you're going to be doing arms. So back, you use biceps. So those back exercises are also going to be added to the bicep volume, because you can't pull anything without contracting your bicep. You have to, you can't negate it, you can't bypass it. So that's why they're counted as a bicep workout too. So those volume then adds up to whatever you do at the end, plus the bicep workout that you do maybe 2 days later. But the good point about that is that the biceps and the smaller secondary muscles can take a lot more pressure than the bigger ones. They're stronger, they're bigger, yeah, but they can't recover faster than what these little ones are, because they're different types of muscle fibers. So you've really got to find your amount of volume, and you're better off starting out less so you can recover faster, so you can get back to the gym and do it again, instead of overtraining and then you have to overweight your recovery, which most people don't do. They'll go back to the gym and then they're just causing scarring tissue. But that is the rundown of my bicep workout. So chuck that in there for maybe even a rest day, or one of your off days. It would be an arm workout, smash your arms. And then in these individual exercises, you can then change the rep range. Instead of doing 30s, you can go 15s and go a little bit harder. Okay, and then that's going to accumulate to the exact same amount of volume that we're putting on there. The only difference is your rest periods in between are going to be definitely longer, because you're going to be exhausted from doing heavier weights. So it's completely up to you how you train. If you're trying to do 2 training sessions a day, heavy training in the morning, and then come back and do your cardio light training in the evening, cool. Then you're not pre-exhausted when you come to do your secondary training. Alright guys, so make sure you like and subscribe to my videos so that I can keep making these fitness videos for you guys to learn and excel right before we're about to get back into normality, basically.
ain't no holding me back.